Hi and welcome to Odyssey of Ascension. This is Roxanne once again. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get to channeling. And greetings once again to the collective. This is Ocyphius. We bid you all a good day. The idea and continuation about your reality bubbles, your billions of Earth, your uniqueness of the universe. We would like to entitle this, Ascend Your World. Stand by. Greetings all. Sylvester here. Hi. Ascend your world. Mathematics has proven if you take out the equation of time in what they call the functionality of the universe, in mathematical equations you take out the idea of time, and they've discovered that every idea reality is a bubble. And the only way that bubble moves is when the individual subjective universe says it to. Gives it that inspiration of now, whether you call it time, tomorrow, yesterday, coming up, or now. Doesn't matter. This idea is what we would like you to focus in on more. You have the stability, if you will, with your scientific idea coming on board with what the idea of the awakened world, the new world idea. The, what's the best term for it? What do you think, Rita? Awaken ideas? What are we? New age? Is that played out?
Yeah, it's all about consciousness.
Consciousness. There you go. So we got this idea that's been brought here by science, and then all of the light workers doing over there to give everyone an opportunity to understand the differences of the worlds that they're choosing to live in. Now, that idea, you would have to understand if you choose, it's their world they're choosing to live in. Not yours. It's not your concern. Ascend your world. Your world will change drastically as time moves forward in allowance of what you are. Your approach to the moment, vibrational approach to the moment affects. I have an interaction, an appointment with this entity right here. This is a moment of time, a bubble of a reality that has not been experienced yet. It's sitting there perfectly still in the now to be perceived by you in time, catching up to it. So you have knowledge of it, so you approach this moment and you give a vibration to that while you're going there, and then you solidify more and more what that bubble moment of interaction is going to be. The reason why we mention this, if you're going to get together with an idea of, let's say, an in-law, or a mother, or someone you rubs you the wrong way, or an experience, you have to go to a reading of a will, or you have to go and talk to an idea insurance agent. Any of your drama lives that you play out in importance is what we're talking about. And you approach that moment, gives that moment, because that's what you're focusing on, the vibration of that. It's your world. That moment is already unconditional love. It's perfect. It needs no attention. It needs no concern. The certainty of you playing in the now of your isness, your I am, creates that approach to the moment as that. And in that moment that you're worried about or wondering about or have fears about, concerns about, frustrations about, only can be beautiful. You ascend your world, yours. No one else moves your world. You do. Creation is dead still. It doesn't move. It's all now. And you view it in the way you choose. You create the idea of reflection. Your vibration feeds the mirror in perfect replication, that of what you are. Look how simple creation is. Look how beautiful and intricate it is. Look at the number of ways you get to really shift your world. But now here comes expectancy. There's two ideas, expectation and expectancy. Expectancy is you can have, and we'll echo that of Bashar, an expectancy about your world. It is going to be awesome. It can't be any other way, especially to an idea that woke up from fear. It can only get better if you allow it. But time plays a factor because you validate time and you rush things and it's not happening. And that is the recourse we've been hammering home is a better word, to be in the now, anytime, in all nows. All the time, be in the now. Because what's going to happen outside of the now? Whatever you say is going to happen outside of the now by thinking about it in this now. So if you see that formula, that idea, beautiful way your creative world works, could you not just simply ascend your own world with your choices? Yes. The choices. Now, we also understand in the idea, we'll finish up in this idea. In the idea of expectancy, you rush time because you want to know when it's going to happen if it's not going to happen fast enough. When is it going to happen? And that takes you out of the now and puts an intention on a future now as well. So you see that. You see how you're wondering when is time? When is taking the now and arcing that arc to the next now and flatlining into this drawn out moment of time. And it takes a long time to get to the next now, and all you're doing is focusing on the anticipation of when and how it's going to come. The disciple of creation in this idea of humanity, the one remembering, evolving through this experience, the disciple, the student of evolution, you, creation, is the one that allows the now to be what it is. Is the one that says, I've got this. I am ascending my world. My world is my gift to myself. It was given to me for I was chosen to exist. That in and of itself can never take anything away from you, ever. Ever. You can never be less than. You can never be more than all that is. So know that world you are in humanity, is a bubble that you get to change, shift, beautify, magnify in any way you want. And watching yourself, understanding that you have the ability to ascend your world, gives you the confidence to let go of the choices of value that are greater than your own discernment, that are greater than your own self, well-being, worthiness. And when you rush creation in the idea of expectations, only has a diminutive idea of frustration. Enclosed in it, birthed in it, because the mirror is perfect, it's going to pay attention to you perfectly. So the perfection is you. So the choices are now available to view creation in every now as the beauteous idea of what it is. This fractal here creates an idea. It is love. It is an expression. It need not be agreed by you. However, judgment upon that viewing of that reality is judgment upon yourself. Can you imagine if you accepted all realities, no matter the frequency, interpretation, that only you can do, nobody else interprets it for you, so don't fucking blame the mirror. Can you imagine if you alone ascended your world by choosing to see everything as the beauteous moment that it is, with no, to the best of your ability, and every now, judgment upon what it is referenced to the past. You took all memories and stipulations of an action in perceiving it and referencing it to an action of the past. Can you see it could be viewed differently? I dare say yes. It would be viewed differently and allowing you to ascend your world in a whole new way. You have formulas in place. Sorry about that, Roxy. You have formulas in place that you're learning as an idea of repetition to move away from the fear that comes up in front of you and it attaches. And then you're angry and you're frustrated and you're wondering why and you're thinking about checking out early and you're doing all these self-destructive ideas and you're begging for help, but there's none to be given except by you. The help is just to choose it, to see it different. To stop and step back into the moment and say everything is perfect right now, right now, right now, right now. I guarantee you wouldn't be thinking about fear if you were in danger. Because danger is a whole new idea. And fear is not danger. Fear is probable realities constructed, valued, referenced based upon ideas of experiential past that you bring forth into your nows as a means of existence, a means of self-reflection, a means of identity. Just look at cutters, guys. Why do children cut themselves? Why do cutters do that? Because they want to feel alive, guys. They bleed just to know they're alive. Because they don't know how and understanding. But the beauty of that is to see the possibilities of limitation. That cutter is a God choosing experience to understand itself through the creation, expression of a human. Playing out to the best of their ability, vibrationally giving off its beauty to you. And you feed it in two ways. How you view it. Polarity. Duality. Beautiful. Poor them. I need to save them. What happened? Why are they? Can I help? Do they need to be saved? Your mind goes through this because you see this idea that you're choosing to view in polarity. Nobody suffers except the suffering you choose to see in your world. Ascend your world. You see it? It's you. It's you choosing to see that idea, suffering, pain, sorrow. When you no longer choose to see it, it doesn't come in anymore. It can be the exact same interpretation, demonstration from the other. The exact same, but you now, the disciple of ascension, chooses to understand it as creation instead of polarity, instead of duality. You guys are in charge now of your world. You forgot to scream and claw and hammer your way through fear to realize you're God. Only to have all of those ideas within your vibrational reality as value systems scaring the shit out of you. But then you find one point of now that solidifies you and tells you it's the truth. And that feeling objects higher than any other past feeling of limitation. It's so solid and real you cannot deny your own self. And then it happens again in the now, with no expectations. And again in the now. And you become larger. And now you really are starting to realize you are ascending your world. Your world. Every universe is subjective, choosing to view that creation, love, only distorted by you to whatever frequency you value it at. Nobody else chooses for you. Nobody else says it's this or that unless you allow that as a valuable truth more than your own. Now, some offer, of course, in co-creation, they offer you, that's a hell of an idea, I'm going to do that. That's a shiny thing. That, in and of itself, has a different quality that you want to go and play with. But when you're sitting there and feeling the angst, the wonderment about the next now, then you know you are creating that ascending world with the choices of your own isness, and you can applaud yourself for the value you've received through your own choices that is uniquely yours. Need never be compared to anybody else. For everyone else is their own world. It's none of your business. None of your concern. You offer them love so they can choose different in the light. You offer them an idea beyond themselves instead of the repetition of what is expected from the past that you were. You shock them out of the sleep. You wake them up with your light beaming. And you've serviced without servicing. Without intentionally going forth and saying, I must, or I am destined to do this. You are destined to do whatever the fuck you want. Because it's your bubble. Billions of them, all the time. Coming in and separating, coming in and separating. And going about their nows into your now, into their nows. And you have no concern about their nows because it's your now here. And this will create an ascending world. How many of you want to ascend yourselves? And how many of you want to ascend the species? Where is your intentional idea? Do you have enough selfish in you to just concern yourself with your own bubble? Do you have laces, interlaces of guilt if you don't do enough for your brethren? Your brethren are God's. They are eternal love, creation, expressing, experiencing their subjective universe. When you free yourselves from the tendrils of that idea of guilt on your idea obligation to create some kind of idea status so you feel good enough about journeying into this idea separation, when you release yourself from that, you will accelerate beyond comparison. You will show your things unimaginable to yourself in this now. Because you're God, creating with the will that runs endlessly through you. Creation, birthing through you. Expressing through you. Chosen by you. Ascend your world, humanity. It's time to keep now. And that's all there is. And in that you will find a world that is so uniquely yours. You will now understand the beauty, the intricacy, the simplicity of co-creation of your individual bubbles. So beautiful. I think this is all we have. Komatia, Kiko Mokoko, Chimidia, Pufun. Shabbat. We're good. We love you all. This is Sylvester. Bid you good day. And once again, humanity, it is an honor to express ourselves through the idea of your co-creation with us. We bid you a good day. Don't. Beautiful slide. Oh, thank you so much. All right, guys, I love you all. We'll see you in the next Friday. Bye.